every episode of Pop. Soda Pop Pop. Only Bomb. Only Bombs. Only Bombs.
3, 2, 1. Hey guys, it's me, Trey. Don't mind the background. I'm actually at work right now, and I'm doing this on my lunch break because I realized that upon editing the video that I feel like this next clip deserves some kind of introduction. So, Matt and I started Only Bombs way back in 23, and we actually filmed a few episodes, but this episode is like A1 sauce, right? This is number one. This is the very first one that we did. And when I decided to revamp Only Bombs to bring back different comedians who've been on KillTony or just people around Austin and things like that, I made sure to get his blessing because it was me and him. It was both of our ideas. So what you're about to see is the number one numero uno version of that. It's going to be a short 5-minute clip. And then after that, we will begin with the episode. I hope you enjoy this clip of Only Bombs, episode 1.
Only Bombs.
Only Bombs.
First episode of
First
Only
one.
Bombs. And we both officially bombed or had moments of bombing. So this is perfect.
Yeah.
We've you're well past your first open mic, but mine's recently in the books, not too far ago.
Hell yeah.
So
it is.
we've both officially went up on stage and made it real. Now this all started, all this comedy and stuff started, at least on my part, is one day Trey called me and was like, "Hey, I'm coming to town. I signed you up for an open mic. We're going on stage." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I have nothing. I have no bits. I have nothing written. And I think it was like a week from that day. And I ended up getting like 2 or 3 pages written. And man, it was humbling. Well, we didn't hit that open mic.
No.
That ended up going somewhere else.
Right.
But you got the bug in me. I started writing. And by then you've already had your first open mic.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? Which was a while ago. How many do you have now? Let's preface that. So what, you're on like 6, 7?
Yeah, I think I'm on 7.
7 open mics already.
Yeah.
But let's
I'm
hear the
counting.
first one.
Oh, the first one. So the first one was really, really awful. The first one was oh gosh, the first one is surrounded by a story, so I won't get into it. But basically, at the end of it, at the end of this crazy story, which I'm going to make a bit because it's that nuts. At the end of it, I was completely drunk. Okay. I went out drinking. I was completely drunk. I was schmammered and went out
White
drinking.
girl wasted.
Right. Yeah. I was bad. And I go into this, I just see this rinky dink comedy club, right? It's called the Creek in the Cave. And I just walked in there. Right. And I'd gone to the mothership, the comedy mothership. That's Joe Rogan's place. I went to go see Joe Rogan and friends there. And that's where it started drinking. So this was probably about like 11 or like midnight now. And so I go over to this place and I see some of the crew from the mothership. I see them at the creek. And so I start talking to them. And I said that I always wanted to do stand up and things like that. And I wanted it to be like, special, like as in like me and you, we have our first stand up,
Well, yeah, because previously to this night, we pre-signed up to get on one.
Yeah. But my inhibitions were obviously completely down. And so, yeah, dude. So like, I want to say that somebody challenged me, that they went like, I said it was going to be my first open mic and they're like, just do it. And I was like, all right, you know what? I will. And so I go up to the guy who is running the open mic, and I forgot this guy's name. And I hate forgetting people's names like that, but I forgot his name. And so he wrote me down on the list. Like he wrote down, Trey. And I was going to be the second to last guy. And I was like, yeah, I got it. I got it. And so like an hour later, and I've still drank, like I was still drinking, like it was bad. an hour later, I finally get up there, and like the creek in the cave is known because they have a big, massive taxidermied like brown bear up there, and I started like riffing off of the bear, like you want to? Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? Like that video of that little girl that was on the internet or whatever. Yeah, can I pet that dog? I started doing that, and then I basically just ruined my first open mic experience. I ruined it. I think that they got me off a stage. I was supposed to get 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure they gave me like 42 seconds, and it was awful. It was a terrible thing. So I made a joke about that, and I said that was my one mic stand. So,
ooh, I love that too, though.
My first open mic was a serious bomb.
Wish someone recorded that one.
Oh,
that would have been.
I'm so happy it didn't happen. I'm so happy. But,
oh man, that's great.
What about you and your first open mic experience when you finally
you were
got
very
to Austin?
much. Yeah, you were very much part of my first open mic. This is like the Friday before New Year's. Mm-hmm. I make the split second decision. I remember it was still 6 p.m. in Baton Rouge. Yeah, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to Austin." Right. And Trey told me he was going to the Creek in the Cave. He's already hit his first open mic. I felt like I needed to play catch up. I had some jokes down, so I was kind of excited. And I drove 6.5, 7 hours straight to the Creek in the Cave.
Right there,
just straight into it. Which I think was an unfair prep, because when you're sitting there for 6 hours, 6+ hours, and you're like, I'm going to go say jokes.
Right.
I had plenty of time to rehearse those jokes in my head. So I think that really helped my first open mic night. So it was like I went up there and I felt a little more prepared than a lot of people. I didn't need my paper because I just memorized it for 6 fucking hours, So when ironically going in so over prepared, as I'm saying, I still absolutely froze. Had moments of where the jokes I thought were going to hit did not hit.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have pieces of my bomb in there, but I think my first open mic I thought went pretty decent. It wasn't too bad.
It did.
But it's clearly my first open mic. I definitely was uncomfortable, but I've already got to see you. I've already got to see 2 or 3 clips of you. So I was like, okay, I got to go up there and be comfortable. I can't be closed off. Okay, so I had a unfair first open mic advantage, I would say.
But that's good though. That's good. I
was really tired though. It was.
But you did it.
That was
so
a long
good.
day.
You did it so good. Your charisma and your persona up there in the way that you handled yourself I was totally jealous and totally proud at the same time. I was like, yes, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I bombed with glory, I guess. It was interesting. I don't know, but it's funny because it's hard for me to watch that. So really? Like to hear that from you when I watch that, I'm like, oh man, it's so bad.
I know what you
mean.
Like,
yeah. It's like your harshest, your worst enemy is yourself on that. Your harshest critic is yourself. Is what I was trying to say.
Did you have a vision for the way that you wanted one of your jokes to go?
Yes, and it did not go that way. So I imagine, I don't know. I thought a lot of people would like corn, but luckily I mentioned it was my first open mic, so I feel like I got crowd sympathy. So my opening joke literally started out with, "So, does anyone like corn?" Yeah. And
I remember.
Dude, nobody said. One guy out of pity was like, "Woo!"
Like corn. It's not corn. I fucking hate corn.
And I was like, damn.
Dude, that might have been me. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. It was a guy in the back. Thank God. But his woo saved me. I was like, okay, now I can move on from this fucking horrible. So the worst part about that is asking if people like corn was a part of the joke. Because in the end, I was going to compare corn to an alien dick. And they'd be like, "So, does anyone like alien dicks?" Well, I still went through with that. And the same guy was like, "Woo!"
So I'm going to rephrase. Does anybody like alien dicks? That's what we're talking about.
I was like, fuck, man. Fuck.
That's great.
That's not how I envisioned that. Now, luckily, there was funny bits in that joke, which don't completely destroy my ego. But what I learned is like, I'm going to cut that out entirely. Maybe keep hating corn in. You know, when the I like cone kid and you say fuck that kid, it gets good reactions. People are like, oh, what do you mean fuck that kid? He's so sweet. Fuck that kid.
He's such a sweet kid. But you're like, fuck that dude. Like,
fuck that dude. Fuck that dude and fuck Nebraska. And that saved that from being a complete bomb.
Yeah.
The guy's woos saved me. Yeah, that one woo twice was like, oh man.
I felt like it hit, honestly. Like I felt like
the Colonel.
Yeah.
The Colonel bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I keep referencing another corny joke to that, and you're like, I remember you being like, no, dude, no. Because your joke
it's too on the point.
Yeah, your joke actually has depth, whereas that joke is just so like, you know, dumb. It's like,
well, it's I actually remember cringing. I worked at a Chili's. Just quick story. And the whole family got corn. The dad got corn. The mom got corn. The 3 kids got corn. And I was like, you guys are a corny family.
Yeah, dude.
And the dad laughed. And like, I could see the wife like dry up. You know, I was like,
dry up.
Yeah, she's. I was like, oh, all right. Let me never do that again. It was a great setup, but the fucking dad loved it. And I was like, oh,
right.
Man.
As a good dad would.
As a good dad would.
As a good
should.
Dad would. And
how
should.
much?
Yeah.
How much should a good dad would if a good dad would should? All right. Yeah. Anyway,
shoulda, woulda, coulda. Definitely did it.
Veering. I did completely freeze. That was probably the biggest bomb. Was I completely froze, and then out of like I forgot what bit it was going into because I froze entirely. Oh, it was at the end of my bit, and I was like, I'm freezing. Which is ironic because it's really hot.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just said what was on my mind.
Yeah. And that was perfect. That was perfect.
It was
totally.
Dude, that was a low moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a very low moment. Like, oh yeah. Comedians don't go up there and go, I'm freezing, but it's hot. Like it was rough.
The reason why I thought that hit too was because, and I thought that was good. And I didn't even remember you ever going over that. But the reason why I thought that hit too is because everybody knows that feeling of being like, oh crap. Like it's when you're performing in front of a whole bunch of other comedians, it's always harder because you're not going to get the organic laughs per se, because everybody's doing the same thing of trying to watch you, and they're thinking about their own stuff, and that's okay, because that's what they're there for. They're there to practice, and they're thinking about, you know, like the things that they're going to do and things that they're going to say and stuff like that. So they don't really laugh a little bit too much, but that got laughs, and I thought that was really cool because people can identify exactly where you're at. Plus, it being your first one, people can identify it too, you know, so I thought it hit, and it was really nice. It was refreshing to watch that. You know,
it means the world, and this is why you need friends when you do comedy. I couldn't imagine doing this without someone like you, because for me, I was like, it sucked, you know?
Yeah,
and you're like, no, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty good, and it's like, thanks, you know. How about you though? What's your bombing moment so far?
Oh gosh. Where do I begin? Well, the bombing one that I can think of where I was like, okay, so whenever I did anything at the Creek, I still got a few giggles and things like that. Like I wasn't the best. I'm still working on finding my voice and all that stuff anyway, you know. But my bombing moment at the Creek was, or not at the Creek, but was at Bad Astronaut in Houston. So it was, there was this, like a writer's workshop for comics, right? And then after the writer's workshop for comics, then there was going to be the open mic. And it was my first time in Houston performing at an open mic, period. And then, you know, of course, it was just like the Creek, where it was just in front of a bunch of comics. Dude, I didn't get a giggle. You can hear a cricket fart. Like it was so freaking silent. The room was silent, and I thought that I thought I would at least get a like, but I didn't even get that, dude. Like it was bad. I was really like, oh, okay. And I had this thing where I told myself, I'm like, no matter what, I'm always just gonna finish my time. And I remember us kind of like, I guess like more or less like finding it amusing about this one comic who was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Nah, all right, I got to go. And then he just gets off. That was me. That was me.
Well, to vindicate you, That guy gives me so much and shall not be named or mentioned or described in any way besides how bad he bombed. And this was my first night. Trey went up before me. So this guy, it's like you're describing a night you didn't bomb, my first open mic night. You had consistent giggles right before the guy who got nothing. And he had like nothing. It was so terrifying that I was like,
so bad
to go.
For him.
Yeah. And then,
but
yeah, well, that's the thing is like, I'm waiting for that to happen to me. It's going to happen. So like you had yours and it's like, man, like shit. So what did you learn from that? Like, what do you think went wrong?
What do I think went wrong? Okay. I think that I was very nervous, being in Houston. I think that was one thing. The other thing was, I written some new kind of jokes and I was not 100% prepared. So I ended up botching those jokes. That being said, I need to practice those jokes. And
6-hour drive before.
Yeah. So it's really about the preparation, because the preparation gives you that confidence. And I feel like maybe that, subconsciously you can see that I wasn't very confident, that I went up there sort of ill prepared. And in doing that, I think that it obviously affected my performance too. So that mixed with the fact that I didn't hit the punchlines as hard as I wanted to. I didn't add enough emphasis on the punchlines and stuff. When I go back and I watch it, that's where I'm like, oh God, oh no. I'm like, this is so bad. Like, I would much rather watch my first stand-up where I was drunk and just making a fool of myself than watch that again. And I have footage of that, which you're going to probably see. But it's
an insert clip.
Yeah, insert clip here,
Yeah.
But yeah, oh my gosh, dude, it was just so bad. And then after that, I immediately drove to the secret group, which is about 5 minutes away from the Bad Astronaut. And I was going to catch that open mic, and I did. But by then, all of my energy was completely drained from me. And I just sat down and I tried to say the same jokes and I bombed again. What saved me was they had a wonderful patron who was one of those nice hecklers, like one of those people who weren't trying to make you look stupid, but she was just kind of adding to you. But you could see I was tired. And so what I learned from that was that if I'm not going to do a good performance, then I'm not going to do it.
Right. So sometimes it's good to pass them up.
Sometimes it's good to pass them up. Like, if you're not going to give it your all, if you're not going to do your best, then don't even do it, because this is a reputation-based thing. And if people see that you're going to do it half-assed, well, nobody's going to hire you. Nobody's going to, And so
I respect that. Yeah.
Yeah. So all in all, bombing is a learning experience as well as something to laugh about later, because man, it's bad.
It's horrible. And I guess the takeaway I learned from my little situation is you are going up there to learn shit. So you might have a joke that works, and you could take bits of that work. And I guess don't be afraid to embrace the fact that you're freezing, or it's going to happen. Like, I just blurted it out, and you said that actually went well. To me, that felt horrible. Right. But on the outside, when you're in the right place, it works. So just if you get stuck, just start talking, see what happens.
Right.
Good luck. It might bomb, whatever. So with having a horrible night with 2 back-to-back bombs, and just not feeling receptive with the crowd, unprepared, vision versus the bomb. So what's your vision now?
My vision now is, okay. So what I want to do is, now this is actually a big thing from you. So one of the things that you told me that I'm very much gung-ho right now on, you told me about that Bill Burr quote about Bill Burr saying that he wasted 15 years by not being himself or something like that.
Yeah.
I know I'm kind of paraphrasing what you told me, but
it's right on that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was thinking a lot about that, and I always told you that I'm more of a situational comedian. Like, if somebody throws me the alley-oop, I'll slam dunk it, But But now I'm kind of like, dude, like I think I want to get up there. I want to have things prepared, but I think I'm going to practice my riffing a little bit more, like because I feel like I'm
That's
much
what you
better.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm much better being. That's more of myself, and so I'm going to say that my vision right now is I'm imagining me going up there and just being more of myself,
Yeah.
and in turn, hopefully, being funnier. I think that people will find me a lot funnier when I'm just riffing. And that's one thing that you told me about when you saw me do stand up, you said that I said, I got up there and I was loose and I had, and I was just kind of just saying things that you weren't even,
Dude.
Yeah. That you said that.
Yeah.
And that was just me, just being me, that was me being me. And it felt
Dude,
better.
wait, if you can, you got to insert this clip. What was it? I'm going to go to a date later with those balls.
So, getting back into the dating game.
Oh yeah.
You were so yourself in that moment, dude. And
Yeah.
like even then, like after that guy who bombed, you got so much giggles. And I feel like I got to see your first stand up kind of where you kind of bailed on your material and you were just Trey.
Oh
and
yeah.
it didn't go bad. Wasn't amazing, but it didn't go bad. Like it was, you still got the giggles. People were still laughing.
Yeah.
So mine's actually almost the same.
Yeah.
After like watching that stuff, watching myself back, I feel like I'm definitely not me, like, or not fully me. There's definitely me there. Watching my bits is like, okay, yeah. But I'm lacking. It's like realistically, I'm not going to compare myself to Bill Burr or Carlin, even though I fucking love them and I watch Carlin more than anybody. But I'm an angry dude. I get mad at stupid shit, and I feel like I'm not letting that out. You know what I mean? Like, so I'll give you an example. So for my second open mic, there was a joke in there, if Jesus came back, pretty sure it'd be deported.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
But it's hilarious because it makes me so fucking mad because it's true. And it's the fucking right-wing Christian red. And those motherfuckers are the ones who, it's just so funny to me. But it's like, there's so much anger in that too. And I'm like, I'm so reserved and quiet. If Jesus came back today, he'd probably be deported. It's like, dude, if Jesus came back today, he'd be fucking deported. Like, I need to be more me. Like, I'm actually angry. I feel like there's a lot of things where I can get more passionate about, but I feel like I'm in a shell. So vision would be coming out that shell and doing more of me, getting a bigger piece. And for some reason, I'll never be a sheet comedian. I don't know what it is. It's a goal I set for myself where it's like, I'll never go out with a piece of paper, which I don't knock that. There's no reason that everyone should do that. It's a great idea. The best of the best do it. Mm-hmm. But it goes into that standard of like, hey, if I'm going to go up there, I guess ours is very similar. I'm going to be myself and I'm going to memorize my shit. I'm going to be on top of my material. That's my vision. Next year or two, I want to be able to go to the creek in the cave. I want to be able to go to the comedy mothership and have a chance.
Right. Yeah.
And be like, hey, I could work here.
Oh gosh, that would be a dream come true.
Right. And like right now, that's the vision. Maybe a year or two. If this doesn't pan out, then it'll be a great hobby. But hopefully in at least a year to 2 years, I want to see some headway.
That was pretty cool, right? That was pretty awesome to see Only Bombs from way back in the day. I might actually go ahead and just post that and make it into an actual episode and just have it on there from the blast in the past kind of thing. I think that'll be great. But right now, here is the episode of the newer interview using a newer format and everything. So I hope you enjoy it. This is the 2026 version of Only Bombs featuring my brother, the original host, Matt.
All right, cool. All right. Yeah, now we go ahead and we can start this now after the crazy amount of shit that we had to deal with to get here. That's right.
I mean, podcast on the run it's a whole separate thing.
Yeah, it really is, especially when you're trying to, like, I never did this portable thing before, like setting this up and like minimal kind of thing. But I think it'd be kind of cool to have something different. You know what I mean? I think it'd be really neat.
Yeah, I'm curious to see the product. It's gonna be fun.
I'm curious too because it always like having the studio. Everything was extremely controlled, and so this right here is like right now, like the dog is literally sniffing trash like right by us. But for everybody at home, I'm at on Baton Rouge seeing my family, and this is my brother. Oh, you're that camera right
I'm
there.
that guy.
Yeah, yeah. So it's really awesome. So my brother, the significance of it and the reason why it's so important to get my brother involved in this is my brother actually pretty much started Only Bombs with me years ago, back in 23, right?
Which, yeah, it's crazy to think it's that long ago already.
Yeah, that's really wild, you know. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the old Only Bombs episodes that we did. I'm gonna superimpose them to this episode, which will probably break right here, and then and do that because it's kind of cool to see like how things have like changed and like kind of evolved and everything.
Right, that was literally our first stand-up sets ever.
Yeah,
When we made those episodes, it was talking about how bad we were.
yeah, exactly. And you started at like so your first stand up that was at the Creek, right?
So it's Creek in a Cave. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So what was your first impression when you like got into it? You're finally there. You get up on stage. What was it like for you?
It was kind of unfair because I drove 6.5 hours straight out of Baton Rouge, straight to Creek in the Cave. Literally parked, got a boot, got locked up. You know, car.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. You got a boot like in that right off of the 6th Street, I think.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I also got to practice my material for 6 hours straight.
Yeah.
So my first open mic night was like I was, I guess, very over prepared. It felt for a lot of the comedy that followed.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny because I was hard on myself then. Then you were like, no, people got laughs at the Creek. It was good.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't understand what that meant in the city of Austin.
Right.
So
Right.
all around it, yeah, it was infectious.
Was there any kind of like intimidation kind of factor to I'm going to go do stand up for the first time in Austin?
Oh yeah, definitely. I actually remembered you called me that day and I had that week off and you were like, you should just come to Austin tonight. We're doing a mic tonight. And I was like,
yeah,
okay. And then it was just a split decision.
Yeah.
6 hours later on stage. So I really didn't have time to even process it. I remember showing up to the Creek and it was almost within maybe 15 minutes. I got to be like, I'm here. Okay, here's some of my jokes, man. Oh, we're going up. So I really didn't have much time to even think about it.
Yeah.
And there was like mothership comedians that came on like right after me. So it's like, I really didn't even understand what was going on.
Yeah. And how it works. It's so fast paced. You never know who's going to be there.
Yeah.
You know, it was like that. Remember that the open mic I told you about where Craig Robinson was there like right before I went up?
Yeah.
It's like you don't know who's going to be there.
No.
It's wild.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you have to follow Craig Robertson now.
Right.
But even that night, I think it was the first time I saw like Rick Diaz, you know, just in the flesh.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I think I remember that.
He was just hanging out in the back and you're like, oh, okay. Like they're out here. You know, I think we met Cam Patterson the night after that.
Oh, yep. I'll put the picture.
Yeah, we literally, and it was just like, oh, this is real. But I think that added to the whole thing where it was like, it's magic. We belong here. You feel like you're in the right place.
Yeah.
So that night was pretty magical.
So I know your background of love for stand up and wanting to get up on that stage. Like, so, but for people who are just now hearing about you, like, you know, do you ever tell them about it? Like, you know, your background, like what made you want to be like and start as a stand up comedian to get up there in the first place?
It's actually crazy because I know we kind of have a similar route. A long time ago, back in the 90s, there was that Robin Williams special. It was a comedy special where he was
live on Broadway.
And we were kind of just gathered up in the front room and I was really little. And I just remember, I remember Robin Williams just making everybody laugh. And I was like, I want to be a Canadian because I couldn't say comedian yet. Like that's how young I was. I remember walking around going like, I want to be a Canadian. I'm going to be a Canadian when I get older. And I'm pretty sure he's Canadian. Isn't he Canadian?
No, I don't think so.
No, he's American. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where he's from.
Jim Carrey's Canadian.
Jim Carrey, yeah.
Yeah, and which saw him not long after that, like his special. But it was that magic of the entire room laughing where it was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And but it was never verbalized much later, you know, like we didn't follow or pursue it. But I remember being that young and being like, I want to make people laugh.
Yeah.
And just bring the joy to the room. Just seeing what Robin Williams did to our family was like, it was like a weird night. Like, why is everyone happy? Mom's not hitting us. You know,
we're not getting our spankings for the night.
Yeah,
why are kids' bedtime?
We can have chocolate milk tonight. What happened?
Right.
Yeah, this Robin Williams was amazing. Yeah, but that was the first time where I was drawn to comedy.
Yeah,
and shoot, dude, high school after that, I remember I actually talked to you, and I was like, hey, big bro, so how do you pick up some ladies? How do you talk to the girls? And you gave me one piece of advice, and I was like, oh man, just try and be funny. Just be yourself and be funny. And then it's like I never left that. It's like I tried to always be the funny guy in the group, and it worked. Like it was one of those things that's where I feel like I know we're in the right spot. Because most of the time with all my friends, I became that center of attention or the guy always trying. And I've had friends. I had my buddy Danny Dove. Love you if you even watched that. He wrote a college paper on me from high school because he was like, because of how I guess charisma and all that, how you can captivate, and he was like mesmerized by me, and it was like all it was trying to be funny, trying to be a comedian.
So just being funny, I know you are super funny, and you always had like this really like kind of dry, quick with the kind of sense of humor, and I love that. The stuff that you gravitated towards in your first stand up was almost like pretty edgy, which is pretty awesome.
Extremely edgy.
Were you nervous about doing that kind of material, or was it just like, no, this is who I am?
It felt like who I was 100%. So born and raised in New Orleans, I remember there was one Christmas we went to the mall and we literally played a game where it was like find the other white people, and security didn't count. So if you saw an authoritative figure, you couldn't count them. So it was like, and my stepmom's black. So it was like, my first joke was about inward passes, which is, as I say, right on the Mason-Dixon. Because nobody wants, and it's funny because the crowd reacted exactly how I thought it was. I was like, from Baton Rouge, I'm a minority. I have a lot of black friends. I have a lot of inward passes. And the creek in the cave, the entire creek in the cave booed me. And I was like, no, you don't use it. That's how they find out. That's how they get you. That's how they got you. You can't use it.
Yeah.
But on my deathbed, it's like, it's flipped. That's how, I don't know. I felt comfortable there.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was making anything up, like it's so. No, I felt like I was right there. I'm a little edgy.
It was good. It was good. How long were you in Austin during that time? It was a few months, right?
Well, when I came to do stand up with you, no, that was like literally the night of.
Yeah, it was just like you were in Austin. For like just like a pop, right?
I did spend a couple months in Austin for a little bit, and I really didn't delve too much into the open mic scene. It was just more of like I was aware of what was going on, but I was too nervous. I didn't have anyone to do it with. Yeah. And then when you came out, it was different. It's like I wouldn't have done it without you. I wouldn't have done it alone.
Oh man!
So it was
yeah. But I'm so happy that you did it. I'm so happy that I had like any kind of influence in you getting up there to begin with, period. And so another thing I talk about a lot is my appearance on KillTony. I made sure to give credit where credit is due. Like anybody who's seen me on KillTony knows that I mentioned you. Like this is my bro. This is the one that we're talking about. But yeah. So like, what was it like seeing me up there? Even though you're the guy, like you're literally wearing a KillTony shirt right now. You're the one who was a fan of it before.
The shirt means the world. This is when me and you went and hit Austin for the first time together, really.
Oh yeah.
And this shirt is a symbol of what the fuck, of destiny, I guess, because we were just walking around 6th Street. Yeah. There's a guy who's like, hey, KillTony's going on at the HEB tonight. I have extra tickets. Yeah. You guys want to come?
What's really funny about that too is we mistook him for Casey Rock.
Because he looked like Casey Rock.
He looked like Casey Rock.
He had a hat on. He had like the flipped hair. Yeah.
And he said, oh, everybody does that. And he just invited us to that arena.
The arena. And we actually got to go see that live together.
And that was cool, actually. Yeah, that was really neat.
They kind of sealed the deal of like, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah, like you felt like you're in the right path kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not going to stop. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. Does that make you...
But I was just saying, seeing you on, I was excited. I was thrilled. And then one that you brought me up was like of course I was thrilled. I was just happy to see you on that stage because that was the goal.
Yeah.
Is that, of course I want to get out there and see how I would do, but we've been there, we signed up. I, missed the chance, but I'm going to go and sign up again, whether you make it or not, whatever. But that's the dream. We're out there doing what we can and living it.
Yeah, it's the process of it and everything you do. So you want to actually go sign up, be on KillTony?
Oh yeah, I got all of my friends have been on, like you, JP. It's like it's everyone in our little circle chin. You're like, I'm in a group chat where it's everyone has been on that stage,
Right.
but me.
Yeah.
So it's like I got to get on it, whether anything comes from it or not. It's more of just like I need it on my book.
That is an interesting aspect of that, because I remember being there because I would look at everybody. Oh, they've been on KillTony. Oh man, like that's awesome. Like even if it was a shitty minute in an interview and everything,
They still were on there. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I hear heavily about it is like prepare for the interview almost like just as much as like the 1 minute and everything like that.
I've heard the same.
Yeah.
Because like, you get through your lines, and then the show doesn't even start till they start interviewing you. Really,
Right. Yeah. That's kind of the way I felt. But at the same time, I was like, I knew when I got up there, I was like, I was going to mention you. And I was like, before I even knew like that, like, I didn't prepare for the interview, but I knew that I was going to bring you up if they asked, because I was like, I was almost to the point where I was like, yeah, my brother, like, so you're just like you said that I was the reason for stand up, like, you know, you were my reason for just deciding to go to KillTony.
right? Yeah. I remember pointing you out there because I think you were even in Houston, and I was like, oh, the scene in Austin right now is insane.
Yeah.
You got to go over there because you were already in Texas, and I was in Louisiana at the time, so it was like you got to go check out Austin.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I was excited. I was thrilled to see you on the stage, and super excited to see you talk. Tony was totally joking about us. You know, he's like, "Are you trying to make your brother kill himself?" And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah." I mean, you're living it, but no, that's not how I felt at all. But it was just the fact that, like, Tony made a joke about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, dude, this is amazing."
That's kind of cool. I couldn't wait for you to see it because of that.
Yeah, I remember you apologized. You were like, "Dude, please don't be upset."
I was worried about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because Tony literally was like, "Seems like you're trying to make your brother kill himself."
Yeah. I was like, damn it. You know?
No, it killed me. I was laughing. I loved it.
So I know you mentioned the creek, right? So kind of shifting gears here. I know you mentioned the creek. What other places did you favor there as performing stand up?
I think Sandjack. God, dude, Narbar. I think Tiniest is probably the most chill. It's very open.
Yeah,
it's loud. There's so many places out there. I don't really like Sunset for some reason. That's the tall ceilings?
The tall ceilings.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot.
I walked out of Sunset. That's the only set
I've heard that a lot too.
It's the only set I completely bailed on.
Yeah,
I was like in the middle of Sunset, and it's funny because I got laughs, but in my head I was like, "This is fucking crazy. I gotta get out of here." Yeah, I walked right off that stage at Sunset.
I almost did too. I think on the first time I was there, I think I did.
Yeah, yeah. That's party foul, by the way. Don't walk off the stage.
Right.
And I saw Gio. Gio was like, "No, stop, no, fuck." And I was like, "You can't keep me up here later."
Yeah, adios.
It was tough.
Yeah, you're not the only one to do that. That's for sure. Because people have literally mentioned on the show about that. So you go from Austin after doing the stand up, and then you come to Baton Rouge, where, as Tony put it, he said like there's nothing out here. No. You know that for a fact.
No, dude, it's dead.
But you found your gem, though, right?
I did. Luckily, I found a nice little comedy theater. It's Boomerang Comedy Theater, and they on their website they had like stand up classes, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go check it out." They didn't have enough people for classes, so all they had was an improv class. And I was like, okay, Improv 101, screw it. Anything that's going to help me on a stage and get better and hone in the craft. And right out of 101, I got accepted onto the house team. They were like, whatever it is. They literally sat me down. They were like, you got it. We want you. And I was like, really? This is amazing. But it's a whole different game. But there's 100% comedy there. And now I've been doing improv since, now I'm doing 3 to 4 shows a month, just on improv, and they're all different forms. So it's like I do short form, I do long form, I do whatever you'll get me to get on a stage and make people laugh.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's totally different.
Right. That was really my next question. Was like, what kind of differences did you find in between comedy and improv?
Well, one, there's no prep. It's the crazy part, right? Like, I still write religiously. Writing all the time. It's a big part of comedy. You got to hone.
I need to pick that up sometime.
Well, and honing in your jokes. You don't even have to actually write. At least if you're working on your premise and all your set, it's important. But with improv, it's like the opposite. You kind of just learn this form, and then the rest is just you don't practice. It's what comes to mind, and it's funny because like in stand up, you are specifically looking for the joke. In improv, you're not looking for the joke. If you're looking for the joke, it comes off kind of awkward because it's like everybody can tell you're trying to get the joke, you're trying to get the laugh, and it comes off kind of awkward.
Like the guy at the party who's just trying to be too funny.
Exactly. Yeah, you're trying to force it.
Yeah.
And improv, it's like what it taught me is like, don't push for it; it'll come.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that the moment where you're going to break the crowd, it'll come naturally. You don't have to force it. And I'm curious to put that into my stand up because when if you do your stand up, you're like, punch. Here's my punch. Okay, set up, punch. Set up, punch.
Mm-hmm.
In improv, you're not looking for your punch. You're just kind of waiting for it to hit you.
Yeah. That's really that's kind of like something I remember you mentioning. Like you spoke to like another comic about this at one point. Like you spoke and they said you're either good at improv or you're good at stand up, but it's hard to like merge the two. Do you feel like that's a true statement, or do you feel like there is a way to kind of do that?
I kind of disagree. I feel like my writing's getting so much better, and I think my improv is going to help me fully with stand up. But I found or I've heard that there's stand ups who cannot do improv, which blows my mind because I think it's what's the word? Intuitive. I think being the funny guy in the crowd, or at the party, you either are or you aren't. And when you like you're saying, when you're the guy trying to force it, everyone can tell. With like improv, it's like you're probably the funny guy at the party. And I think with stand up, you should probably be the funny guy at the party. So it's like I feel like they should be hand in hand. But from what I hear, it's like, yeah, there's stand ups who can't do improv, and there's improvers who can't do stand up. But there's people like Shuri. Where Shuri talked about it actually on your podcast.
And that's Shuri Wasegi?
Yeah. And she's amazing.
Yeah.
And I've never seen her do improv, but I assume she's amazing at it. So it's, I think they would walk hand in hand, but
yeah, she's good at characters. Those characters that she has.
Yeah.
I had to think she's so funny.
And you got the scope, like Rory Scovel, amazing comedian. Clearly came out of improv.
Yeah, he is wild with that. Because I remember telling you about that. That whole like documentary style, stand-up special he did with the entire thing.
He did a whole week of a fully improvised stand-up, and not like, hey, give me suggestions.
Yeah, like
he just improv the entire set, which is incredible.
It is a wild thing to see somebody even attempt to do something like that.
Oh yeah, but then I think of Robin Williams. I think of Jim Carrey. It's like they clearly do improv. Yeah. They're doing improv, and they're doing it on the stage, and they're doing it in a stand-up format. So I feel like they go completely hand in hand, although some people say otherwise.
Yeah. Do you think that you would take everything that you learned from improv and maybe kind of figure out a way to incorporate it into your stand-up next time?
Absolutely. Well, that's one of those things I was telling when I used to do my stand-up, I was really stiff and kind of closed in there, And then now with improv, it's being like this and closed off, you'll get yelled at and booed off a stage. So it's like you can find a character. I was telling you about this. I want to totally just wing it and be like, I'm going to do a whole set like this guy. I'm this guy now, and I'm going to tell everybody how this guy feels. Yeah. And I feel like I can make a whole set out of that guy.
Right.
And that guy gets fucking live. He don't sit still, all right? He's moving.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like improv taught me to build a character.
Right.
And not only just to like, hey, you can pull it out your ass, and how to do it. But I don't know how it's going to go into my stand-up per se. But no, I'm hoping it's going to make me a more lively stage presence. That's I think a lot of people forget. It's like, you're an entertainer. I think improv brings out that be an entertainer.
Yeah.
Don't sit still and be on cut. Like this was me doing stand-up. I got some inward passes, blah, blah, blah. But now I'm hoping it's
like just gonna open up more.
Yeah.
And like really release that comedic side.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
Fuck it. Have fun.
Right.
Embody yourself. Like
commit to the bit kind of.
Commit to the bit. Sell the bit. And I keep hearing that too. It's where it's like believe in what you're saying. And really, if you're being descriptive about yourself, act it out. Put it on that. Act out. I've heard this so many times from a comedian, act it out.
Act it out. Yeah.
Just stand there, so it's like improv is helping me act out any thought. So it's making it easier.
It seems like a balance in a way, because I see with particularly, I guess, like newer comedians who are kind of learning sort of, express themselves through joke, you'll kind of see them just kind of standing there, and what they're doing is they're focused, they're hyper focused on their words, which I did the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's hard sometimes to like commit to the bit when you're doing that.
Yeah.
But on the reverse of that, did you find it was difficult to sort of cut the strings and just be like, I have nothing, and just jump right into stand up? I mean, not stand up, I'm sorry, but to jump right into improv?
I was like, what? Actually, that's what I got. I was telling you about this. When I first started improv, I went in very competitively too. Like I didn't go in there thinking like, I'm just going to go do, I was like, I'm going to do this and I want to be on a stage. I want to get a part of a team. I want to do this. So every time there was a chance to just throw myself out there, I did. And that came from the fear of right before you go up on your stand-up set and you're sitting there and you're waiting for your name to get called. And then you're like, fuck. Okay, here I go. That moment of in between, I tackled it in improv. I was like, I'm not going to sit in this moment. I'm going to endure this. Like I'm going to embody this moment. And no, like I don't have to know anything at all to know that I can jump out there and do a good scene. But it's also not fair. I have a team. So whatever I do, someone's going to have your back.
That's a very interesting point.
Yeah.
In of itself right there is that, you do have the safety net of that team.
I have an entire safety net.
Yeah.
I always said that improv was fucking cake compared to stand-up. Now, there's other people who will tell you that's totally not true.
Really?
Because everybody's different. But
in a weird way, I agree with you though. Like, because I feel like improv, like, is
comparatively, no, it's so much easier. I have a group of people. I can go out there and act like this guy. They're gonna make that guy work.
They're gonna make it work.
They're gonna make it. It's I have nothing to fear in improv. Which that's what I want to take into comedy. It's the improv is becoming familiar with the unknown, comfortable with the unknown, knowing you have no idea what you're gonna say, what my partner is gonna say.
Right?
Is that my wife? I don't know. I don't know until they say words to me. You can't prepare, and there's a comfort in knowing you can't prepare.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what I do want to transition into my stand-up, because there was a fear when you're like, how is this all going to go?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Just go. Don't fear the unknown.
I'm sorry.
No, I think that's what improv's helped me with for sure.
Yeah. Do you have plans to take this knowledge from improv and bring it back to Austin and try it out on their stages?
Oh, dude, that's 100% the only goal.
Nice.
I came to do improv to learn comedy, just to get better at comedy and to get stage time. And because I know it's all about your reps, right?
Yeah.
That's what grinding the open mics is all about. You're just getting your reps and reps and reps and reps, and that's all improv is for me right now. No, if it goes further, of course I'll follow it. I love it. It's really fun. If anybody's thinking about doing improv, do it. It's super fun. It's a very enjoyable time. But as far as like stand up, I feel like this is just helping me with my curve. And hopefully next month, actually, I'm going to try to come out with you and try to do some stand up so you can see exactly what improv does to my stand up, because it's going to be the first time in 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. And I know you've been writing
nonstop.
Yeah. It's getting good, man. Like the way that you've been writing, because it's like your jokes are just like right to the point, it almost seems like, in a weird way, in my opinion, it kind of seems like your joke writing is better with your improv.
Isn't that weird?
It's kind of weird. It's like, but it's kind of interesting, so have you noticed that too? Or?
Oh, absolutely. But it's also the combination of time, right? Because apparently we've been doing this for years now, which is crazy to think of. We've been doing this a couple of years now. And you go look at your old jokes and you don't have the knowledge that you do now.
Right.
So and with the improv, what I've been doing is it's been helping me with the jokes I write. So it's like, I don't like to pick my own premise. I'll call you actually, or because we've done that. I've asked you for things and you've given me a list of things, and I'm like, I'm making jokes of these things. Yeah. So it's like, I take the control out of myself, where it's like, I make people give me suggestions. Yeah. And then I write jokes on those later. So it's like, I'm out of control. That kind of goes right back to that improv thing, where it's like, I'm not afraid of the unknown. I'll work with the unknown. This isn't, someone wants me to write about a joint, I'll write about a joint. And it's not going to be about weed. It's going to be about your knee. Yeah, I
was totally like weed.
Yeah. But that's the whole idea, though.
Yeah.
That's right. But yeah, writing is a whole separate skill though. That's
Yeah.
improv. I think it's purely going to help your stage presence. Whereas like, no, dude, you got to write. If you want your jokes to be of quality, that writing process is what's going to make your jokes better.
Was there any part of it that you feared the most, like from either stand up or improv? Like, I know that they're two different things, but like from each one, what did you fear?
I get, well, improv now, I don't really fear anything now. Now that I've been doing shows for a while, every time I hop on a stage, I almost have no fear now.
Yeah.
I used to be afraid of, actually, I used to talk to you about this. I used to be afraid of, am I doing this right? There's supposed to be formats. There's supposed to be these rules in improv. And then the funny thing though is if you're really good at improv, you know how to break all the rules. And that's something my teacher always, would tell me. And now my coach, he's, hey, well, you get really good at improv is just learning how to break all these rules. Well, I was like accidentally breaking those rules anyway, but I wasn't getting in trouble, which means I'm doing it right.
Yeah.
I'm
you're kind of bending the rules a little bit, maybe. Like,
yeah,
is that what you mean?
Yeah, I'm bending the rules. I'm not getting in trouble for the rules I'm bending.
Yeah.
So that means I'm doing okay. Stand up, it's this joke good enough? It's good enough for me.
Right.
I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah. It's bouncing it off of them.
Yeah.
It's seeing how they work.
Yeah. Is everybody like my this joke? Because this actually, this makes sense to me. Does it make sense for everybody else? But I think that's another thing that improv is teaching me is like, it doesn't matter. If you love it and if you go out there and sell it like you love it, someone's going to love it.
Yeah.
So it's the fear. Will they like the joke? And improv, it's like, I don't have that time for a question. I just do it. And, I was telling you the other day, I had 2 people became my balls. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do. People are laughing at that. I don't have to make any jokes. And then, you don't have to. And then sometimes that joke does come in and then everybody loses it and you're like, oh, sick. All right. But you don't have a pressure of it.
Yeah.
Whereas stand up, you have to deliver on your punch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's the fear of, is this one good enough? But I feel the fears. I used to be scared to go on stage.
Just period, huh?
Period. I used to be scared to get in front of a bunch of people. And that's with repetition. With improv, that's just fading every single show.
Man, well, and you're planning on coming out to Austin next month.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. I can't
stand up with you.
So you're getting ready to do all the things that you kind of learned and we're talking about and everything. And
I'm about to take all the stage presence from improv and shove that into stand up and really see if it actually evolved my stand up.
I'm excited to see how it's going to be, man. Dude, what else you got? Like, what's your future of all this? Like, what are your plans for? What are you going to do?
The plans always stand up, right? Like,
you said that's why you're getting into anyway.
Well, we talked about this too. It's one of those things. If you never stop, if you go in and I remember, I think it was New Year's. We kind of had that thing where like, let's see what happens in 5 years. Let's do stand up for 5 years and let's see where we're at. I love it.
Yeah.
I love writing jokes. It's cathartic. It's fun.
It is.
And some of them are horrible and some of them are great. You gotta write what that Scoville thing is like. You gotta write 600 minutes to get your 60. And it's like, that means there's 540 shitty minutes.
Yeah, my dumbass was like sitting there. All right, let me start, and then I had like a breakthrough when I was like, oh, not all at once. So when you come to Austin, like, where's like the first stage that you want to go show off all of these skills that you're bringing?
It's a great question. Probably the Creek, because the Creek's hard. Yeah, like it's a free. I'm not going to name names, but there's a guy that we saw who did so bad one night. And he's not a bad comedian.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not going to name names.
Yeah,
but he bombed so fucking bad.
Yeah,
that I was like, oh man.
Yeah,
I'll never do that bad. But you never know.
You never know.
Right?
It's like, because I immediately thought, like, I was like, yeah, I won't, and then I've done it.
Yeah,
like, I've fucking bombed so many fucking times.
But I just know how unforgiving the beat can be on an open mic sometimes.
Right,
and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go test it there because I know that's not a nice place. It's a mean place. it's mainly that stage, man. They have a nice stage. I can move around on that stage and really let myself loose. But tiniest would be fun too, just because it's it's the same thing. There's a decent sized stage. It's weird that that's my thought now. Like, that's something I never thought of as like a stand up, because it's like, you just get your mic and you stand there and do your thing. But now I'm so used to getting around, building a scene, and I've actually learned stage presence and how to frame a scene on stage. Like I think of like Sebastian Maniscalco. Like he gets out there and he's like, oh, but he frames himself to everybody. Yeah, and he moves around. You could walk back and forth. It's like, I haven't done that. I want to do that. Yeah,
that's very true. Like, it's very true. Like, it seems like the professional comedians, they do utilize every single part of the stage. Like, they utilize it, the entire thing is full, and that's kind of like what they teach you in then improv. Is it?
Oh yeah. It's the way to face yourself and all that, not to be closed off and all. It's funny because like I've seen, it was like Shane Gillis. There's other comedians that went out and they go do like those awkward round stages. And they're like, oh, what the fuck? Like they hate it because they can't face everybody.
Right.
Yeah. It's like they can't set themselves on the,
Yeah, that seems like it would be odd.
Yeah, like no matter what, someone's staring at your ass. Like that sucks.
That is true.
But now it's actually thinking about like, hey, this is an actual stage. I can rock a stage. Yeah. Of course, you don't need a stage for jokes. But ideally, if you're being an entertainer, if you set a scene,
sometimes just having those conversations is the thing that kind of, like just will tick me off. Do you have any kind of thing like any kind of particular way of writing or any kind of way that you come up with your prompts for like whether it be scenes or anything like that you do in improv?
See, when it goes to improv, it's fucking improv, man. It's
literally nothing.
There's nothing. No, there's nothing. And that's a fun thing as you work on that. You work on world building and scene building. So, and I could see how it could transition into, stand up very easily. If you're talking about a car, you can set up the car and open the hood. And like, there's things you could be doing with your hands to build that world,
Interesting.
Whether it's like setting up a tire and unscrewing a tire, whatever you're doing, it's going to create that image for somebody.
So you like, basically, your prompts literally come from everything.
Everything
and everything.
As far as improv.
As improv goes.
Yeah.
And so, like, what do you do, I guess, for, like, how do you come up with your jokes for your writing?
Oh, dude, life.
For stand-up, I mean.
Yeah. And it's life. I wrote one about the hood latch being emasculated. When you try to when you're trying to open a hood.
Yeah, that was really funny.
And you can't.
Yeah.
And there's that moment where you have to fucking peek and you're like, where's the fucking latch? That's a scene because you're going to be doing that in front of somebody. You're like, that feeling when you can't find the fucking latch?
Right.
Yeah, they're seeing, they're going to see you fucking with the hood latch. And everybody's had that thing with the new car where you've been like, where is it? Why is it like fingering my ex-girlfriend? Where's it at?
Right.
But it's anything. But I love prompting myself. Actually, I use improv now with my writing. That's what I was saying earlier is I like getting a random subject and seeing what I could make out of that random subject. It's I wrote a joke about my girlfriend having my ex-girlfriend used to have loud orgasms. I found out when I came home early from work one day. It was like a drone flying out of a tunnel. Because it's just like, well, now I got in the thought, like, well, what happens if you catch your girlfriend? Oh, it's probably, some machinery.
Yeah.
What does a vibrator sound like when it falls out? And then that's...
You just kind of like just went with it.
It just goes.
Yeah.
I mean, like all these random thoughts, but it's, no, it's anything. I like to look at shit. Like literally, Altoids. I wrote a joke on Altoids because I had an Altoid container and I was like, who the fuck eats the red ones?
Yeah.
Whoever eats the red ones is a psychopath.
It's like minty Marlboro Reds.
Yeah. If they pull out a red Altoids container, you're in danger. That's some Dahmer shit.
Yeah.
But I didn't really work on the joke that much, but it's just I saw an Altoids container, so now I'm right on an Altoids container.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I hate this whole thing. It's like basically we're very pressed for time. Everybody's got to be someplace, and we're on our way home back to Austin. But is there anything you want to put out for either your improv or just you coming to Austin?
No, I mean I'm coming to Austin. If anybody's in the Baton Rouge area, I'm on a team or something else, and at the Baton Rouge Comedy Theater, there's stand up there, open mics every Sunday. There's improv shows all week. You'll see me there. Cutting up risque shows, probably the funnest short form. That's a fun thing with improv is you include the crowd. So that's something like stand up. It's like, yeah, you can do crowd work. It's like improv, like you can literally include the whole crowd constantly. But yeah, Baton Rouge Comedy Theater, check us out.
Oh yeah, man. Well, maybe when you come to Austin, you can go someplace and find improv. See, maybe you can do it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I would be fully focused on stand up in Austin.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Well, man, can't wait to have you there. I'm so happy you did the show. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Great seeing you.
Yeah, it's great seeing you too. Yeah, we literally